So it's been more than 5 years since I've started and grown this YouTube channel up until today. So I wanted to do something that I have never done before, which is to take you behind the scenes look, show you where we were before all of this, where we are now, and where we plan to go moving forward, as well as some of the biggest struggles that I've personally had, as well as some behind the scenes look into what I'm going through. But first, I want to give a huge, massive shout out to you. I want to thank you for watching my videos, for subscribing, and just being a part of the Alvin the PM community. I honestly cannot be where I am today without you watching all the videos. So first and foremost, thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos, continuing to be a part of the community, and also engaging with my content. It means a lot to me. I do my very best to respond to as many comments as I can. I am still a one person who runs the entire YouTube channel. I still film my videos by myself, and it's a lot of work having to outline videos, figure out what topics I'm going to film on, and that's why I rely heavily on you to figure out what kind of videos will I create next. So before we get into it, I want to say happy holidays. It's Christmas time already, right? And we're already coming up with the new year for 2026. So first, if you do celebrate it, Merry Christmas. And I want to say happy holidays because this is the best time of the year to celebrate with your loved ones, express thanks for everything that we have around us, and of course to just be in the present moment because the next year is literally around the corner. So I want to take you back to the very first video that I ever published on YouTube. The first video that I ever published was on September 3, 2020. And I've taken a quick screenshot here, and it's so cringy. I rewatched the first 30 seconds of it, and it is so embarrassing. I literally probably spent 5, maybe 30 minutes trying to refilm it every single time because I was so embarrassed with how I looked, how I was speaking, and I also didn't have a camera at this time. I filmed it using my phone. And you probably can't see it, but I filmed it in this corner in a room of my apartment that I was sharing with my wife. And my apartment was 500 square feet, okay? And at that time, my wife and I were living in a very small 500 square foot apartment, and I didn't have a lot of room to film a video. And so that's why I'm standing up, looking at a camera, and I can only film when my wife was not working behind me. So that's why I'm facing a wall and I'm talking to the camera or talking to the cell phone. But hopefully, as you can see with this video and all the videos that I've created since then, over the past 5 years, hopefully my presentation and my communication skills has evolved and improved over time. Wouldn't you say so? I hope so. And I hope you do agree. And that is definitely something that I'm still working on and getting better. Back in 2021, as I said before, I was filming in my apartment. You can see it was a complete mess. Like, to be completely honest with you, the 500 square foot apartment that I live in was embarrassing. You can see the small brown couch, a lot of junk in the background, and then the standing desk that my wife and I used. We really didn't have a lot of room in our apartment, and this was the best that I could do with where I wanted to film. And at the time, I was working as a project manager. Because I was able to land a project manager job, even though we lived in a very small apartment, we were able to save enough money for our down payment to finally move into our home. Which, by the way, why are houses so expensive in California? The average house in California costs more than $1 million, by the way, which I find to be very ridiculously expensive. It's crazy how expensive it is just to live here. So hopefully you live in another state where it's not as expensive to live in a house. But here where I live, it's crazy to see how much not just rent is, but just the mortgages themselves, along with the rates for the interest rates. It's just ridiculously high. But I wanted to show this to you to show where I was before in 2021. I didn't live in a house before. I lived in an apartment, but because I landed a project manager job, I was able to save up a big chunk, not necessarily a big chunk, but I was able to save up enough money with my wife to finally move out of our apartment into a home that we could call ours. And now, here we are, 2025. This picture is a screenshot that I took when I was filming one of my videos. And hopefully you can see how the studio or the desk office setup looks a lot better than the previous picture, right? So going back to this, I finally leveled up my background. You can see on the left-hand side, a nice light, and then you can even see that I even have a snake plant. So again, I'm still working on improving my presence and my communication skills on camera. So I've been on YouTube for more than 5 years now. September 2020, I had 0 subscribers. It took me from 2020 to 2023, roughly about 2.5 years-ish, roughly 2 years, a little more than 2 years to get 10,000 subscribers. So my growth was very, very slow. I didn't reach this huge astronomical growth that all these other YouTubers have. It took me a very long time to get my first 1,000 subscribers. It probably took me at least 1 year. I think 1 year I only had 800 subscribers. It was a very slow and tedious and very long journey. After 2023, 1 year later, July 28th of 2024, I had 34,000 subscribers. And for me, that was a huge turning point because I thought, wow, people are actually watching my videos. Because in my first year, I only talked about the CAPM exam. Then the second year, I talked about the PMP exam. And then in 2023, that was when I was starting to dive deeper into other project management skills and software tutorials, like using Microsoft Project or Microsoft Teams. And then fast forward to August of 2025, I have more than 60,000 subscribers. So when I look back at 2020 to now, seeing that we've grown from 0 to more than 60,000 subscribers, I'm just amazed at the growth that we've had. Sure, I don't have 100,000 subscribers, but I've grown tremendously since I started. And what's crazy is I just stuck with it. I just kept trying to do my best to post one video every week or at least every 2 weeks, trying to deliver as much value as I can to you. So by the end of 2026, which is by end of next year, our goal is to reach 80,000 subscribers. Let's go. Let's do this. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, and you're enjoying any of the videos or the tutorials that I create, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel so you can receive more videos and content that will help you grow and advance your career in project management. Now, as you can see, I've started to experiment with new filming styles. So before I was filming in my office space where I have, my snake plant in the background. Recently, I posted a video called How to Pass Your CAPM Exam in 6 Weeks. I filmed it in front of like a TV monitor where I would have the slide being presented. But unfortunately, the challenge here is the lighting is like really hard to show some of the text on the screen. And I haven't quite figured out how to make the text pop out on the screen while I'm filming it. And because of that struggle, I decided to not move forward with that filming style. But as you can see here, just to show you some of the biggest struggles that I've had, I literally filmed this 3 times. First, I tried filming it with like a legitimate blue-collared button-up shirt, but I didn't like how it looked on the camera. So then I refilmed it again with a black shirt, and I did it 3 times. And the final video is what you see on my YouTube channel. So in total, it took me at least 2 hours-ish to film this video because of all the takes that I did, because I wasn't happy with how I filmed on the first video. And this is just the behind the scenes look. This is what I look at when I'm filming my video. I don't have like a big screen. Maybe in the future, I'll upgrade to get a bigger screen so I can see what it look like. But when I'm filming, I look at this little screen here to see, am I in the center of the camera? Am I not? Can you see the entire background? That's what I look at when I'm filming myself, which is not a lot of room. So let's talk about the kind of content that I want us to create for 2026, which will help you grow and advance your career in project management. I have a favor to ask of you. What topic are you struggling with right now that you want me to create future videos on? I really need your help here because I can only create videos that you want help with. If it's tied to the CAPM, PMP, writing a resume, landing an interview, is it tied to a specific software, Microsoft Project, Jira, etc.? Let me know what you think. What do you need the most help with? Share with me your thoughts by leaving me a comment in the comment section down below. Like I said, I do my best to read every single comment that I can, and I do my best to respond to your comments when I have the time. But I will track and make your comments into my own Excel sheet so I can use it as a reference when I start brainstorming future ideas for future videos. So for this year, I created a ton of videos. So how to study and pass your CAPM exam, specific videos on Microsoft Project, like how to set a baseline or the easiest way to do resource management. I even created more specific tutorials in Jira, like the only epics in Jira that you need to know, the only JQL Jira tutorial that you need. And then I even included videos on how to write a resume and also how to master Jira and also the top project manager certifications. That's what I've done so far this year. And that's why I need your help. Help me brainstorm future video topics that you need help with. And I am taking this very seriously. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's talk about what's coming up next. Here's my vision. I want to create content on this YouTube channel that inspires and empowers you so that you can succeed in your career, whether you're a project manager or an aspiring project manager, or you're working in some project management related role. And I want to create these videos so that you don't have to feel so alone by yourself, so that you have the confidence to feel like you can do this without feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, so that ultimately you can earn the income that you deserve. The videos that I create are the exact videos that I wish I had years ago when I was working as an engineer and I wanted to pivot into a career in project management. This is all the advice that I wish I had when I was starting out, because I had made thousands of dollars of mistakes in my career, which ultimately led me to where I am today. And hopefully, by watching any of my videos, you can shortcut your path to success in a much shorter time period and get there faster than what it took me. So, as I told you before, I have an Excel spreadsheet. This is just an example of what I've brainstormed. But again, I've been focused on so many typical tutorials that I've forgotten to share more about me and who I am. I've gotten lost in this. Create this tutorial, create this software tutorial, create how to write a resume tutorial, or how to use Jira or Microsoft Project. I've gotten lost in the weeds here. And just this past holiday season, I've realized that I need to take a step back and create more personal videos so that you can relate to me and hopefully resonate with what I'm sharing with you. I've created some relatable videos where I opened up and I talked to you about being recently diagnosed with prediabetes, right? But I want to be more open to you and share more of my journeys in my career. What are some of the biggest mistakes that I've had? And just more connectability videos so you can relate to who I am as a person. I don't want my YouTube channel to be something where you go to it, watch one video, and then you never come back. That isn't the intent behind why I have this YouTube channel. I want this to be like a hub where you can go to it and be inspired and empowered to know that you have the tools that you need to still grow and be successful in your career, whichever role that it ends up being. And so what's next is I want to create more relatable personal videos. I will still create more tutorials on how to use software or how to grow and advance your careers, and also, how to land a job as a project manager, but also personal connection videos. And I'll probably do that every once in a while. And I hope that will shed some light more on who I am, my upbringing, and how I've gotten to where I am today in project management. And also, there's been a huge, scary uptrend with AI or artificial intelligence. As I'm sure that you've noticed, AI is scary. It's terrifying seeing the impact that it has on the workforce and also just on how we're creating content. If I can be fully transparent with you, it's scary to me because if you just go into Google and you type in a question, there's already an AI overview that summarizes some of the biggest articles. What does that mean? Will you still be watching YouTube videos 1 year from now, 3 years from now? I hope you do. And I hope you still come back to watching my videos on YouTube. So even though there's AI, I'm hoping that I can still attract you with the kind of videos that I create, because with every single video that I create, my goal is to deliver as much value as I can to you so that you don't have to go to any other resource out there. For example, I created a really in-depth course on mastering the PMBOK Guide 7th edition. More than, I think, close to 200,000 people watched it. I think that's the correct number. And that was a free course I put out there on YouTube. And that video, that free course took me more than 3 months. 3 months to outline, prepare the slide, prepare the lessons, film it, and then I edited it all by myself. It took me more than 3 months to do everything. And some people still leave me bad comments about, oh, Alvin, you're doing this, or your cheat sheet is not very informative. My friend, I spent more than 3 months creating it, and it's for free on YouTube. And hopefully you're getting value out of those kinds of videos where I put out some of my free courses out here on YouTube because I ultimately want to give as much value as possible to you. And I hope that you can appreciate that. And so when I say things like, this is an affiliate link, it supports me and no additional cost to you, I really do mean it because it's very hard to run this YouTube channel by one person. And I don't have as many sponsorships as other people who have 100,000 subscribers do. I am very selective with which sponsors I select because I want it to deliver value to you. And a lot of times I do have affiliate links, and some people negatively comment my videos because I have affiliate links. But truthfully, that's one of the ways to support me so that I can keep creating the free courses that I put out there on YouTube, as well as many of my in-depth videos where I go beyond the basics. So if you find value in those videos, please do me a favor and use my affiliate links because it does truly support me so that I can keep creating videos on YouTube that will help you out. And it's my goal to even keep creating more courses that will help you dive deeper into it. I want to say that at least 95%. I want to say 99% of my content is free. If you want to dive deeper and get more specific advice from me, that's where I'm going to do my best to create specific courses and programs where you can dive deeper. Yes, you're going to have to invest some money into it. But like I've said before, what is a better investment than an investment into yourself, right? You can shortcut your path to success by learning from someone who's already been there, who's been through all the struggles, and you can take all the learnings and shorten your time by 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. That's why I create videos on YouTube, and then I create more specific courses that will help you shorten that time period from, let's say, 3 years to now 1 month. That's what you're getting when I create these specific courses to help you learn a software like Jira, Microsoft Project, or anything else that I plan to do in the future. So in the future for 2026, expect more videos where I share more of my personal side, as well as the usual topics that cover specific software in project management like Microsoft Project, Jira, ClickUp, maybe Smartsheet, certifications, the top most high impactful certifications that will help you earn more money in your career, as well as how to start and grow your career in project management. And as I said before, stay tuned because I do have something coming up in the next few months, right? So please stay tuned because this is going to be exciting. And I want to end here by wishing you a happy new year. My friend, happy holidays. Have a happy new year. I wish you the best to you and your family. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next few days when we start embracing or embarking into the new year for 2026. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2026. Bye, my friend.